Welcome to this new landing challenge. In this landing challenge we're gonna land with a 747 on Arlanda airport, which is a major international airport located in the town of Märsta, 20 nautical miles north of the Swedish capital of Stockholm, as you can see here. So let's give it a try, right? So what's the idea? So we're flying from here. There's 3 knots wind. We're flying 180 knots. Then we're making a right turn, then slowing down to 160, 140 eventually, and then we will land on runway 01 left. It has 2 runways, one here, which is the right one, and here's the other one. So don't make the mistake and land on the incorrect one, else you won't succeed in passing this landing challenge. As with everything in the landing challenge, try to land smoothly. All the kind of tips and tricks which probably you've seen on the internet. Stay in the center of the runway, etc., because else you will say your score will be influenced a lot with it. So this is the runway we're going to use. You see here Arlanda ESA. This is the aircraft we're going to use, the Boeing 747. So let's go inside and let's give it a try. So keep an eye on the speed and also on the altitude, of course. Since the last world update, the landing challenges are in multiplayer mode, right? So you can see another aircraft in front of us. Normally this would probably be prohibited if you would do it like this, because we're, say, a little bit too close to the other aircraft. So we're gonna decrease speed also. Also in the meantime we're gonna drop flaps a bit. Right, one of the markers. Drop the flaps even more. Decrease the altitude a little bit more, because you can see that the aircraft in front of us is far lower than we are. But hey, we're flying our own path, so let's see if we can make it. So we're gonna decrease the speed, right? So we're slowly dropping the speed even further. Pretty well aligned to the runway. The nasty thing is if you've got someone in front of you, that the poppy lights, which you can see on the left side of the runway, that you can't really use them because they're focusing on the object, I would say in this case in front of us. There's another thing which you need to keep in mind, that you shouldn't press the brake, because the auto braking functionality, right, which you can see here, is already set. You can set it to 4 if you want. So we're gonna decrease the speed even further. Drop flaps further. See the aircraft in front of us, it looks like it's a little bit too high. We might be a little bit too low, but
400.
yes, we are too low, as you can see.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Yeah. So mission failed. As you saw, we were not successful, although we still got points, 4 points. That's cool. We didn't even land on it, but we still got points. So let's give it a try again. So the mistake we made, we were far too low, else it might have been a pretty good, I would say, exercise because we were pretty good, right? We were 140 knots, so we should decrease speed a little bit more in the turn and then slow down at the end when we're close to the runway. So here we go again. Now we don't have anyone in front of us, as you can see. We shouldn't increase altitude, we should decrease, but not too much. Because as you could see just in the previous try, that we were, let's say, far too low. So, gonna drop the flaps a bit. Because we need to decrease to 160 before making the turn, right? So, also trying to make the turn a little bit earlier. Dropping the flaps again with one knob. So we're at 160. You can see we're still decreasing, so that's good. So we are a little bit too much to the left side, as you can see. So I'm gonna try to correct that. Drop the flaps even more, right? So throttle is now almost set to idle. As you can see, the poppy lights are not burning, which means we're either didn't detect it yet or we're too high. In this case we're a little bit too high, as you can see, but we don't want to decrease too fast because else we will end up in the fence like we did with our first try. So now we're at the correct light scope, right? You can see it's two lights burning.
200.
Now we're a little bit too low.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Not too bad, not too bad. A little bit too far to the left, and I think we didn't touch the blue part. And as you can see, the auto brake kicks immediately in, so we don't have to do anything. The only thing we need to ensure is that we're, say, staying on the runway. So these are the points. So let's see where we can improve. So the aircraft has come to a standstill. We're at spot 700, but that's based on an old score because I tried this one already earlier. You can see that the ground rule was not perfect. That's something where we can improve, as well as the landing position. So let's do it one more time. So here we go. As you can see, some other people are also trying it because there are 2 other aircrafts in the neighborhood. So let's see if we can make it a little bit more successful. Going a little bit too slow, so we need to increase throttling a bit. As you can see, we're going 150 and we should go 160 approximately. So, for those who are wondering if I'm using the default 747 cockpit, no, I'm using the Salty 747, which is a great cockpit, a great mod. So if you're really interested in it, have a look at it, search on the internet for Salty 747. I also posted some how-tos about how to use it. There's some great additions to it. I personally very like it. Get a little bit too much to the left, as you can see. We're far too high because the poppy lights are not burning yet. But yeah, I'm a little bit afraid due to the first time right when we ended up in the fences. So probably the feet per minute is not that good.
400, 300,
So now the first light is burning.
200,
2 lights are burning, so that's good.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
It was not smooth and it was also not in the blue part. As you can see, we're bumping around. So not good enough. So some more practice required to, I would say, to increase my maximum score. This is where this video ends. As you can see, the landing challenge is really cool. Initially it doesn't look very hard, but it's pretty hard to get a good score for it. Right, you can see that we did not do that good compared to the first 2 times, or to the second time I should say. Hope you liked this video. If you liked it, then consider to use the like button. If you've got questions or comments, then feel free to post them in the video or below the video. And if you want to stay up to date about new videos I'm posting, then consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.